and welcome to Enjoy English School.
欢迎来到 Enjoy 英语学院
I'm Stevie.
And I'm Lori.
And today we are looking at a lesson called Book Club. Now, you know, I love to read.
I know.
So I am very excited that we're going to be talking about books. Now, this month, the book is called The Alchemist. Dare to follow your dreams. And this is a special story. Not only is it a famous book, but the story of the author, the writer of the book, and how he got the book to be published is very similar to, in some ways, to the story in his book.
That's right.
So it's a very interesting story, and that's what we're going to talk about today.
所以呢，今天的好书俱乐部，我们要来看到跟明天呢，2天的课程呢，要来看到这本书，就是《牧羊少年奇幻之旅：勇于追梦，绝不平凡》。我们赶快跟着 Stevie 老师来看一下。
Okay, before we look at the first paragraph, we're going to look at the subtitle because it has a very important vocabulary word in it. Now, first of all, the author's name is Paulo Coelho. All right. He is Portuguese from Brazil. And his novel, The Alchemist, it says, has inspired millions around the world for decades. Now, this word, inspired, okay, this is a great word to know. If you have been inspired by something, then something gave you a feeling and it gave you, it inspired you, or we could say another word, it motivated you. M-O-T-I-V-A-T-E. It motivated you to do something, to change something, maybe to think about something in a different way.
好，所以呢，我们首先看一下这个文章的副标题哦，讲到说呢，这个保罗·科尔赫他的小说呢，这个《牧羊少年奇幻之旅》啊，已经呢在这个数十年来呢，激励了全球数百万的人啊。这里的 inspire 是刚刚呢这个 Stevie 老师特别这个强调的很好的一个字汇，以及呢它的这个同义的字呢 motivate 啊，那这个激励的意思。那有时候呢，你也会很容易看到这个字的名词 inspiration。也会常常出现，这个可以把它画下来。
Okay, looking at the first paragraph. In 1988, Brazilian author Paulo Coelho. All right, his name is Portuguese, so it's Paulo. It's kind of hard to say. He wrote a novel.
所以呢，首先我们来看到第一句哦，讲到说，在1988年呢，一位这个巴西的作家呢，保罗·科尔赫呢，他写了一本小说。
While it took him only 2 weeks to finish it, it took much longer to get it published. This is kind of amazing. This book is very famous, and it only took him 2 weeks to write. We'll see later on. It took him 2 weeks to write because he felt like he was inspired to write it. And that's why I wanted to talk about inspired first. But it says, while it took him only 2 weeks to finish it, to write it, okay, it took much longer than 2 weeks to get it published, to get it out to the world.
所以接下来讲到呢，虽然这本书花了他仅仅2个礼拜来完成，但是呢，这个要让这本书出版却花了长得多的时间了哦。这里的 much longer 这个比较的对象就是前面的这个2周嘛这个比起2周来讲呢，他花了长得多的时间，要让这个书 get it published 来出版。
He was lucky to have his book picked up by a small Brazilian publisher. So he was lucky to have his book picked up. Now, of course, the literal meaning of pick up is to pick something up, okay? But when we talk about if you're trying to sell a book that you wrote or a song that you wrote, we could say, oh, my song was picked up by Sony. Okay, Sony Records or something. But when we say it was picked up, it means they decided to promote it and sell it. Okay, so he was lucky to have his book picked up. In other words, this small Brazilian publisher decided they would take his book and they would publish it and sell it to bookstores.
That's right. 所以呢，接下来就讲到了这位作家他呢是非常的幸运，怎么样呢？这个让他的书被一个这个小型的一家小型的这个巴西出版社呢给选上了，给相中了所以第一个呢，看到这里的 have 使他的书，让他的书，后面接 pp picked up。那么呢，刚刚 Steve 老师也补充到，这里的 pick up 不是捡起来，而是挑中、选中的意思
However, even though it sold quite well, the publisher decided to stop selling it after a year. So, he wanted to find a publisher to sell it, and then a publisher picked it up. He was so happy, but even though the book sold very well, the publisher decided to stop selling it after a year. So after sales started going down, they said, okay, we're going to stop.
所以呢，接下来他讲到说，然而尽管呢这个书这里的 it 指的当然是这部小说，它呢是卖的相当的好 ，quite well。但是呢，这个出版商呢决定在1年之后呢，结果呢就把它停止贩售了。所以在1年之后决定不再卖这个书了。
Coelho was so upset that he took a 40-day trip into the Mojave Desert with his wife to think. Okay, now this is something that you hear about Native Americans or Aborigines doing. They go off on a journey into like the desert or the forest just to kind of think and clear their mind. And so he was so upset that the publisher stopped selling his book that he took a 40-day trip into the Mojave Desert with his wife just to think.
那么，对，我们来看到接下来这一句科尔赫呢，他是相当的难过，以至于这里我们看到一个 so that 的句构。那么呢，难过到以至于他跟他的太太就展开了一场40天的这个莫哈维沙漠之旅，来干嘛呢 ？To think。来好好的思考所以刚刚 C 表示讲到这种东西，对他们来说呢是这个蛮常见的有的是去沙漠，有的是去森林里去做一些就是个人的一个旅程，然后去思考一些事情。
Yep. So this kind of helped him a little bit because during that trip, he realized that sharing his story with the world was more than a dream. It was his life's purpose. So that's how he felt. During this trip, he realized he learned something about himself, and he felt like sharing this story about the alchemist was more than just a dream. It was more than about selling books. He felt like this was the purpose of his life. This is why he was here to write this book and to share it with the world.
好，所以呢，接下来他就讲到说，这个透过这个40天的沙漠之旅呢，他呢领悟到或他了解到 realized 后面接 that 子句那领悟到什么呢？就是跟世界来分享他的故事呢，已经超过了一个梦想了more than 不只是一个梦想而已了。那么到底是什么呢？破折号后面告诉我们，这已经成为他人生的这个目标，这一生的目标。这里的 purpose就是目的或目标，那常常你会看到的是 for the purpose of something 的用法。
Looking at the next paragraph, upon returning to Brazil, Coelho started going from door to door, begging people to read his book. So, whenever we see this, this is something that we would write, okay? It's a more formal way of writing it. It's called This is part of what really is called narrative style. Narrative. It's storytelling. We would never say this in real life. Upon returning to Brazil, only if we were telling a story. And what this means is when he got back to Brazil. Okay? So when he went back to Brazil, or upon returning to Brazil, Coelho started going from door to door. And from door to door, this is a phrase, it literally means going to each door of people's houses, going to people's houses and knocking on their door. And he was doing this, begging people to read his book. Here, please read my book. Okay? This phrase, door to door, comes from door-to-door selling. Because salesmen used to do that. They would go down the street, they would knock on every door. You know, I'm selling vacuums. I'm selling books. They were called door-to-door salesmen. And it just means that going to each house, knocking, and he was begging people to please read his book.
That's right. 所以呢，接下来我们来看到这一段的第一句啊，讲到呢，首先这个 upon 呢，一怎么样啊？这是我们这里一回到巴西。那刚刚呢 ，Steve 老师也补充到说，这个呢是在比较叙事的方式，在写作上的时候会用到的来表达的方式啊。那在口语的话是不会这样子，除非是在讲故事啊。然后呢，一回到巴西啊，这个科尔赫呢，他就开始去这个挨家挨户的，叫做 from door to door。所以呢，就是这个跟字面上的意义其实就是完全一样，就是这扇门敲完换下一扇门这样的意思啊。那来源的话是最早原本是挨家挨户去推销的那种推销方式，然后用出这个片语的啊。那么呢，所以科尔赫他开始挨家挨户的去祈求人们呢要来读他的书。
Looking at the next sentence, it says, while The Alchemist was not his first book, it was the most important to him. Now here, we can say this in an easier way for students. Even though The Alchemist was not his first book, it was the most important book to him. Okay, so while, again, this is a writing style, sometimes a speaking style, it's more formal. But it means even though it wasn't his first book, to him it was the most important one.
所以接下来这一句讲到说，虽然这本书呢不是他的第一本，但是呢却是对他最重要的一本。
He said that he was able to write it in only 2 weeks because it was already written in his soul. So this is very poetic. Remember, I said before he was very inspired. Okay? He felt very inspired to write this book, and he wrote it in just 2 weeks. Most books don't get written in just 2 weeks.
No.
Yeah. Maybe a short story. Maybe. Okay, but not a whole novel or a whole book. But he said that he was able to do this because it was already written in his soul. So he's saying in his soul, in his spirit, the book was already written. He didn't have to think about the story. He started to write it and the words just came. So to him, it was already written in his soul, inside him.
所以这个呢，这个接下来这一句就是刚刚 Steve 老师讲到，其实是一个很诗意的一个表达法。他呢说到他be able to 是能够有能力怎么样，所以他呢之所以能够呢只花2个礼拜呢就写完了这本小说，是因为这本小说已经呢深深的写在他的这个灵魂里了那所以我们中文呢有时候会翻译成已经刻在他的这个灵魂里了那所以呢才会这个2个礼拜的短短的时间里就可以把这个小说给完成。
I'm impressed that you guys have almost that same phrase in Chinese.
That's right.
Wow.
很接近的一个2个片语。
Sometimes we'll also say, and again, this is very what we call poetic.
很诗意的表达法。
Poetic, poetic. We'll say, my love for you, has been, is carved in my heart. Which sounds kind of weird, actually. But we do hear these kinds of things in poetry.
在这个诗里头会听到类似这样，比如说刚刚 Steve 老师有举一个例子，就是我对你的爱呢，已经刻在我的心上了所以像这样子的用法呢，都是在表达诗里面的时候比较会出现的一个用法。
To me, when I was little and I heard that sounded creepy because it sounded like somebody was taking a knife and like carving it on their heart.
听起来有点恐怖。
So I thought that was really creepy. Yeah. I didn't realize, they're talking about,
it's a metaphorical.
It's a metaphor, yeah. So now looking at the next sentence, in the end, Coelho's work paid off, and his book was picked up by publishing giant HarperCollins. So he started off looking for a publisher, found a small Brazilian publisher. It sold for a year, and then they said, that's it. We're not going to publish it. We're not going to sell it. But he didn't give up. So that's why we say his work paid off. And his book was picked up by publishing giant HarperCollins.
所以接下来讲到 in the end 到了最后呢，科尔赫他的 work 这边呢不是指工作是指他的这个努力终于 paid off。那 pay off 这个片语有很多其他的意思，但是其中一个意思是指一个事业或者一个计划的成功所以这边我们可以翻成他的努力终于成功了。那么呢，他的书就被这个出版界的巨人我们可以说巨擘都可以。那么 HarperCollins 呢所选中了，所以呢他的努力成功了。
With the help of his new publisher, HarperCollins, Coelho finally saw the world come to appreciate The Alchemist. And this means, with the help of this new publisher, he finally saw his book become big. It became famous. And so the world, people all around the world, we say come to appreciate, they started to. They began to appreciate this book, The Alchemist.
然后接下来呢，这个科尔赫呢这个因为有了这个新的出版社的帮助，所以他终于可以看到呢，全世界的人呢 come to appreciate。 这里的 come to 后面加一个原形动词，是指一个事情它终于到了一个什么样的点，终于演变到什么样这样有这种感觉。所以呢，这个世界表示他前面经过一段时间的努力嘛，所以呢，世界呢终于能够得以这个来欣赏他的这部《牧羊少年奇幻之旅》。
And how did this happen? It became an international bestseller that has sold over 65 million copies in 80 languages. 65 million copies. That's a lot of books.
所以接下来呢，最后这边就讲到说 it 当然指的是这本小说它就成为了一个全球的畅销书，叫 bestseller。然后呢，怎么样的一个畅销书呢？卖出了6500万本，而且呢多达80种语言版本的这么多的一个成绩。
Now, tomorrow we're going to continue this and we're going to talk more about what the book is about.
That's right.
Okay. But today, I just want to go over a couple of words really quickly. One, we just used, bestseller. Okay? If the book is a bestseller, then this means literally that it is one of the best-selling books, and usually that means it has got on a list, okay, like New York bestseller list or something like that. It sold well and made a lot of money.
没错，所以这边呢，我们把这里呢可以翻成畅销书。
Also, when we say that I realized something, this means that maybe after time or after learning something, you finally understood something. Okay? I realized that. I finally understood that. You know, after working with Lori for so many years, I finally realized that she's just an awesome person. But it took me a long time to figure it out because she's so hard to work with.
好，所以呢，这个单字指的是领悟到或者了解到的意思。
And one other one. We talked about the word picked up. Okay? Now, literally, of course, to pick something up, you know, to pick it up. And I think Lori explained it well in the Chinese. But remember that this could be if you're working on a case, you know, I picked up a new case today. But it could also mean I went to the store and bought new clothes. Oh, look, I picked up a new bag at the store today. So this word can be used literally and in this way.
所以呢，这个 pick up 呢，除了捡起来之外呢，它其实有好几种意涵。那个除了文中我们讲的是被选中。那像刚刚 Steve 老师举了2个例子，一个是去买东西买了什么东西，跟另外一个是我接了一个案子的那个接了都可以用到这个片语。
All right, that's all the time we have for today.
And before we go, we have to remind students
to check our YouTube page.
That's right.
Which is
在这个 YouTube 上搜寻常春藤，就可以让我们来一起陪你复习课文了。
Okay, we'll see you next time.
拜拜。
第58页，好书俱乐部，牧羊少年奇幻之旅，勇于追梦，绝不平凡。
The Alchemist, dare to follow your dreams. In 1988, Brazilian author Paulo Coelho wrote a novel. While it took him only 2 weeks to finish it, it took much longer to get it published. He was lucky to have his book picked up by a small Brazilian publisher. However, even though it sold quite well, the publisher decided to stop selling it after a year. Coelho was so upset that he took a 40-day trip into the Mojave Desert with his wife to think. He realized that sharing his story with the world was more than a dream. It was his life's purpose. Upon returning to Brazil, Coelho started going from door to door begging people to read his book. While The Alchemist was not his first book, it was the most important to him. He said that he was able to write it in only 2 weeks because it was already written in his soul. In the end, Coelho's work paid off, and his book was picked up by publishing giant HarperCollins. With the help of his new publisher, Coelho finally saw the world come to appreciate The Alchemist. It became an international bestseller that has sold over 65 million copies in 80 languages.